Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I got another video here on one of my favorites. There's a past video of the Wright Bush Baby, which is my all-time favorite design, and I got one in full flat that is my favorite knife, just flat out favorite knife. And the reasons that I like it are really just personal preference stuff. I like the way that it performs, but I get a lot of questions too about what are some of my favorite knives. And this guy is going to be a close performer to my favorite, if not just a shy number 2. And it's also from Wright. And this is the setup that I run with it. It's your classic JRE sheath with a JRE dangler, and it's removable. So depending on what I'm doing, I'll either wear it with the dangler or without, tight on the belt. And I added a ferro rod loop to this guy. I just busted it and put it in the side there. And I have a fish skin pouch there on the front. But the knife itself is pretty simple. This is the Pronghorn, and it's 01 Scandi. Oh, cat. Hey, meow meow. But it's a Scandi ground 01. There are some slight scallops here on the front, if it'll stop focusing on the cat. This has aluminum, either aluminum or stainless steel hardware, I'm not sure. And then natural canvas micarta scales on it with the lanyard tube. It also tapers back here on the back, so it's even on both ends. It's got a good 90-degree spine on it. And it's also a smaller, in my opinion, a smaller knife. But it's a beast. It's a Puko style. So it's a classic workhorse in kind of Scandinavian cultures. But they've captured that and made a super sweet, sleek Puko. There's something that has come up recently about knives is I have a knife of the month that I'm using right now, and giving some feedback to the company. And on theirs, there was they come off just right here, like the Ricasso area at the plunge line. And they just come off with a piece of steel that stuck out pretty far, and it hindered getting a good fist grip on it. And I've went over it a bunch of times. Personally, I like just a barrel shape handle, just like this. Nothing, no finger grooves or nothing, just plain. Well, I was talking to them about the piece there, and they said, well, it's more of a guard. And a lot of people frown on a knife that doesn't have a guard. But for what we do, unless we're just stabbing it into something, the guard's really not that big a deal. We're not going to be doing things that'll really slide our hand down the blade. Some of you guys may stab the mess out of wood for whatever reason. And sorry, look at that light there on the blade. Anywho, I don't think that's necessary. I think a guard is necessary on most knives. You know, you could put a big monkey guard on that, and it would do the same thing. I think that if you get a full handful of it and you run it for a long period of time, it's going to cause a hot spot. Even if your hands are super tough, and nobody ever gets blisters with their man hands, it's going to rub a spot and be uncomfortable. And if you're using it for long periods of time, Rooster, you're being rude. It's gonna be uncomfortable. Tofu, quit being bad. You're being bad too. But I'm just kidding. You're not being bad. Anyway, the pronghorn. It's really sleek, very capable. My buddy Dustin gave him a big cut right here with this exact knife when we were at SE Advanced Bushcraft class one time, and it was he had stuck it in a piece of wood like this, and something happened, and he either did it like that or it fell this way and just whacked him like right here on the finger, and it was a good one. It gapped him up. But the 01 Scandi from LT is like spooky sharp. It gets spooky sharp. It's one of those where you're like, oh yeah, I better not. Now my rooster's just being rude. I'm gonna cut this thing short here. But guys, I appreciate you watching. The pronghorn is gonna be my #2 favorite. Check out Bushcraft Kelso on Instagram. I also have a YouTube channel. There's not much on it, but check out all the other great outdoors men and women on the LT Wright page. They got a lot of good content coming. Until next time, later.